Why, hello there, defenders of the coast. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to They Are Billions. Episode 9, Coast of Bones Conclusion. So then the next task was to try to secure the west, so I'm working on that now.
What? Gotcha. Yeah.
So find good choke points around here and lock this area down.
Right at the station.
And there we go, we got a bit of a population boon. So we're at 400. The goal is 800, so we're about halfway there. And I'll stick a warehouse. I'm actually going to stick the warehouse here. Because the warehouse here can then serve mines that mine the copper over there for money. Sort of planning ahead.
So tired. Last night was amazing. Are you sure?
Alright, these patrollers, let's go further west.
Completed.
So then the other choke point I want is this one here, like a wall back there.
What? Gotcha. You ordered, you paid. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
And then one here. I'm gonna maybe wait for these coils to get built.
Attention. Building completed.
Or Tesla towers. Keep calling them coils.
Better be good. You are
Enemies
gonna
too
pay me for
close.
this, right? You again. What's up? Any infected around? You are gonna pay me
Well,
for
you're
this,
gonna get
right?
killed.
Building completed.
This better be
Our
good.
forces are in danger. Oh,
What? Yeah. Gotcha.
Alright, and then it looks like back here we're all set. I will put a gate like that, which looks weird, I know. But I'm trying to like obscure it so it's not like targeted often.
A new task.
And I'm out of wood. At this point, the other thing I could do is to hotkey my market on 3. Because when I'm out of wood, I could just buy it if I have excess gold.
What?
It's not super efficient to do it that way, but it is
It's
affordable.
gonna cost you double.
Because I can just like pick up a whole bunch of gold and then buy more wood to fill in the resource gaps. Alright, so there is a complete wall. It's not a great wall because I'm not going to be able to put ballista back there. So there is a bit of a vulnerability to this wall, but like at least I have it. Also, all of my troops got accidentally ordered away from where they should be.
Aren't there other units to
building
bother?
completed.
What do you want now? Oh.
So I'm going to take the 2 elites
Great.
that are here and put them on the tower because they're not going to get any higher level by
What's up?
shooting.
Any infected around?
I should at some point like cycle out all my elites so that my elites are purposely earmarked for tower duty. Eight. I need a little bit more wood, especially if I'm going to go start to do cottages. So I'm just looking at where I can start to cut down trees. But there's very limited trees here, so 8's going to have to do.
You again.
It's going to have to be good enough.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? Aren't there other units to bother? What?
So I have 2 elites
Roger
here.
that. This better be good. Yeah. What?
It'll stick into this tower.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
And whenever things become elite, I'll just stick them into a tower.
You again.
So I'm constantly cycling
Better be
elites
good.
out of my ranger pool.
Okay. What?
So far, so good. Still have a lot of food left over, so I need to expand my housing. I've been bad about doing that. And as counterproductive as it looks, I'm destroying some houses so I can fit more houses. It would be better in the long run to squeeze them all in. Also, it allows easier traversal of the map because there will be fewer blockers, so I can walk around a little bit easier. Well,
Yeah.
hello. Kind of swarmed me.
You again.
At this point, we have a pretty good perimeter. What I need to do is I need to like min-max the resource exploitation of the area that I'm getting right now, because I obviously have a lot of
Building
You call
completed.
that a plan?
a lot of territory, but I'm not really using it all. So that would be the next step, is just to make sure that I'm using the land that I have well.
You again.
And to push our population up to the, what is it, 800 mark? Yep, 800 mark, and then kill everything on the map.
Units under attack.
What? Yeah. Roger that.
This is, challenging, or, yeah, challenging, I think?
I hope you're not wasting my time. Wait. Are you sure? Yes, tell me.
It's not very difficult. I'll be, as I continue with the marathon, I'll be ramping difficulty up and up and up as I go on. Alright, so let's take a look. We got more food. Put the houses in. Wow, I can't click. Oh, that's not bad. That fits in pretty well. I think we can have one more house here. I'm not going to fill that hole because it would be a terrain block. God, it is tempting. No, I'll just put it back where I destroyed it. But over here, I could probably add more efficiency. The other thing is I can start a second market. Once your population hits, I think, 400, you can get a second market. So I can start to plan like another cluster of houses as well, or alternatively start upgrading the houses that exist around this market so that they become cottages instead of tents.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Both ways work. It depends on wood availability, because cottages cost a lot of wood, but as long as you have a lot of wood, that's a totally viable thing to do. So I will start doing that. So we have the start of our cottages. And for that, I'm going to need more food. So, let's see. There's another farm. And just as long as the farm falls under the sphere of influence of the warehouse, we're good. I also put a quarry over here for money. I'm not hurting, well, maybe not there. I'm not really hurting for money, but like at some point we're gonna have a lot of defenses that will need to be bought and paid for, so it helps to have like a nice big purse to afford it.
Yes, tell me. But be quick. You again.
Attention.
Okay.
Building
What?
completed.
You again. This better be good. What? Roger that. What do you want now? What? Gotcha. You order, you pay. This better be good. Gotcha. You again. Yes.
Attention. Building completed.
Yes, tell me. But be quick.
Attention. Building
You are going
completed.
to pay me for this, right?
So as you can see, I just, anytime anyone gets veteran status, I just
Roger that.
stick them on a tower.
What do you want now?
So all these are veterans. These are all veterans. That's veterans. There's no veterans down... Well, there's one veteran down there, but
What?
The train
as I
has
get more
arrived
veterans,
at
we'll
the
cycle them
station.
in. Alright, so the new farm definitely allows us to get some more cottages. And I think as much as I could just like perfectly min-max it, I'm just gonna say this is good enough. This layout is fine. It works for me. So it's time to just start upgrading these.
Oh.
Even if I could squeeze another one in, I don't think it's all that
Is that
important.
all?
It's not gonna make or break the scenario.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
So then the last part of this campaign map is to do everything before 57 days. So I'm about halfway there, a little less, and then to destroy all the infected and get 800 pop.
Gotcha.
So right now I'm just working.
Our
Oh,
forces are
misclick.
in danger.
I'm working on destroying the infected.
Okay.
But
it's gonna cost
for
you
that,
nothing.
I will start training soldiers, as soldiers make for really good map clearers, whereas rangers are better about scouting because they do it silently and they don't attract too much attention. At some point, it's just like I need to kill everything on the map. I might as well just like
Trouble.
You again.
purge,
Yes. Tell me.
and soldiers are the best for that.
Okay.
All right, I'm out of power.
Oh, more orders.
I like to plan my
You are
my mills where like there's just no other strategic uses for the land.
Reporting for duty.
This tends to be what I do.
Attention. Building
Yeah.
completed.
Oh, more orders. Okay.
Interesting that there's no map border here. This would be very easily annexable. There's a bottleneck here,
What?
but then this is all like one
Yeah.
internal
Roger that.
enclave.
Great.
So unless this goes through in this spot, it looks like it's pretty easy to just add to the colony without much
Arrived at the
effort.
station.
So I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah. It looks enclosed. It looks almost entirely enclosed.
A new tab.
Yep, it is.
Are
Cool.
you sure? Gotcha.
So let's do it.
Okay, let's do this.
It's gonna be really easy to
You
do.
again.
So half of the rangers will go out here to this choke. Half will stay here,
Are you sure? Gotcha.
and that's a lot of farmland.
Reporting for duty.
Roger
Like
that.
tons and tons of farmland. Probably not pop centers. I don't think I need more people, but also I could put in sawmills there too. Without a doubt.
Attention. Building completed. Walls are under attack. Oh,
Reporting for duty.
Oh, I missed some zombies.
attention.
All right, I'm obviously going to... I'll have this veteran clear through it.
Yeah.
So I'll just queue up like a zigzaggy pattern to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I mean, because I have internal walls, it's not like there will be a giant colony collapse or anything like that, because, you know, I have plenty of redundant defenses.
Attention. Building completed.
And as you might be able to see, I'm slowly divesting from my archer towers, because I can stick 4 archers into one tower,
Train has arrived.
so that instead I can
Okay, let's do this.
use my archers to just seek and destroy whatever remaining infected are in the map.
What? Okay. Oh, here we go again. Whatever you say, as long as you pay me.
So these towers are probably not all that necessary anymore, so I'll empty them out. I can leave the walls intact as, like, added backup security.
What do you want?
Because, like, you know, there might be a case where, like, oh, shoot, you know, we have a breach up north, and I want the extra walls, but the towers can go, because the towers don't really serve too much of a tactical purpose.
Attention. Building completed.
Gotcha.
All right, so this area is, as far as I know, secure. I'm just going to continue Tesla coil towering it. So I don't think that there's any hidden threats that I haven't accounted for. And I'll double up the walls. Walls can be up to 2 wide. Any beyond that, and you need to space them out a little differently. And then once I have, I guess ahead of time what I'll do is I'll put a ballista on each of these, because I can afford it and it's not a big deal. So we'll start turning this into very highly productive farmland, and maybe a few sawmills if we need extra sawmills.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, yoink!
Let me put
There's a lot of
down
resources. Sweet.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, here we go again.
Attention. Building completed. Attention.
What do you
Building
want now?
completed.
What? Yes.
The train has arrived at the station.
Reporting for duty.
Attention. Building completed.
What do you want?
I'm trying to stack all my veterans. Add some extra walls. You know, mitigate weakness.
You again.
Attention.
What?
Building
You are
completed.
gonna pay me for this, right?
Start clearing out the map. Okay, this whole bag area is ready to go as soon as I need the food. So let's start needing the food. Let's purposely do that.
What?
And these rangers are becoming veteran really quickly.
A new task. You
A lot of them are like right at the threshold.
I hope you're not wasting
Oh yeah, there we go.
time.
You can see it. You can hear it.
Attention.
All right, let's have them fall back and I'll reallocate the troops.
You again.
These two
Great.
here.
What do you want now?
Oh, you're going that way? Don't go that way.
Okay.
Go this way.
What?
They're not always smart about how they path.
A new task.
They will absolutely commit suicide if you give them the opportunity.
Attention. Building completed.
And once I have enough, like, veterans on the walls,
What?
Reporting for duty.
what I'll do is I'll just
What do you
allow-
want now?
I'll just
Oh,
deploy
more
my troops
orders.
as veteran
What do you want now?
and run around the map just like murdering everything in chase mode or something like that.
You again.
Because I think we're almost at that point. These guys aren't veteran, but if I throw a few ballista down there, I can just ignore the fact that they aren't veteran. And I also want to thicken up these walls, so I'm adding extra coil towers for it.
What?
All right, let's see if chase mode will work.
Is everything okay?
So I'm setting my my soldiers on chase and the rangers on chase, and the soldiers as they shoot will make a lot of noise and they will attract more attention. So the important bit is that I'm like ready to defend against bigger numbers. And I'm just doubling up all the external-most walls.
You are gonna pay me for
Alright, so there's a VOD Village Doom over to the east here.
Yeah.
Units under
Noted.
attack.
Ready?
And like pure chase mode works pretty well when you have really elite
You
units.
are gonna pay me for this,
Not
right?
so much soldiers and rangers. They're not chase worthy, in my opinion. Titans, like, you can set on chase, or like Lucifers you can set on chase and kind of just let them go, but I don't have Titans or Lucifers yet, so
Just guide me to the
I'm actually going to roll these into one big group.
Great
they're going to be
idea,
together.
sir.
Attention. Building completed.
All right. Food is my current bottleneck. But farmland is aplenty. I'm going to get some super good farms here. Oh, I'm out of wood. And we're about to have a population boom. And then I also want one more warehouse over there to support that.
Just tell me what to
Beautiful.
do. All right.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Let's go.
Our
Come on.
forces are in danger.
All right.
So once these are built, I'll be able to like super quickly ramp up my population. And in order to aid in that, adding a few more sawmills might be nice. So that's an 18 sawmill. And a 16 sawmill.
Need me?
That'll work.
Of course, my commander.
And I think these sawmills are outside of the radius of the warehouse, which is less than ideal, but yeah, whatever. Can't be perfect.
Orders, sir. Tell me.
Attention.
Ready?
Building
So I don't know how big this
All right. Reporting for
this
duty.
Doom area goes,
Great idea,
but we will
sir.
soon find out.
Do you need me? Sorry, sir.
And you can sort of see the power of the soldiers, where they just like shoot
Tell me.
faster, stronger.
Ready?
So they're pretty good at just like
Just tell me
plowing
what
through
to do.
units. The thing is, I was tickling this Tavern of Doom, so it was just like continually spilling out garbage at me.
All
It's,
the way.
like I said, best to burst, in my opinion. The other thing I want to prep for is the next swarm. So I'm going to start to reinforce weak points with Great Ballista, because I can afford them, right? Like, I'm not super bottlenecked on economy at the moment, so I might as well just invest in defenses and double up everywhere. That's a weird gate, but well, whatever.
Attention. Building completed.
Reporting
I'll double
for
up the gate in a
duty
minute.
and waiting. Come on. Great idea, sir. Come on. Commander?
A horde of
Yeah.
infected are on their way. They are
Attack!
approaching from the west.
At your service.
Alright, so they're westbound.
Tell me.
Yeah, I just powerhouse through that. I have 302 excess food. Okay, it's time for my,
Commander? Come
it's time to
on.
invest that,
Understood. Let's
and to
go.
get even more food.
I will kill our enemies. Reporting for duty. Of course, my commander.
Attention. Building
Understood.
completed.
I don't have any points
Great idea.
on my
sir.
west that I would say is, like, particularly vulnerable. I don't think I need to redo any reinforcements. So I'm not.
Come on.
Just gonna let this roll. I'm gonna have all my troops available to be deployed where it is weakest. But I feel pretty good about this swarm. Maybe hubris, but
Just tell me what to do.
I stand by what I said. So it's coming here. They take shortest path to the command center. So I'm guessing they attack here, maybe?
Reporting for duty.
But I'm going to put my units at this gate anyway. And I'm going to build walls here just because they look nicer, even though they're not necessary.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, I think they're taking the southern path. So I'm going to
Let's
race
go.
ahead of them and beat them to it.
All
No, no,
right.
no, I'm not.
That will be easy. All right. Perfect.
They are trying to break through.
Of course, my commander. That will be easy. For the humans!
Alright. If you're ever worried about, like, oh man, this looks bad, one tactic that you can take is just to insulate yourself like this So it's like, hey, if they do breach here, which they might, you know, I have a second set of walls, which my units can then reinforce. Because this is a bigger swarm than I expected. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to have my soldiers fall back. I'm just going to tank.
Of course, my commander.
As you can see, they're almost through this tower here.
Great idea.
But as I start attacking them from behind with my units here, I will lighten the load. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. I'm just going to eat it.
Understood.
There we go.
Our buildings are
So they're going to turn one of these ballista. They might turn some of these buildings, but this is a pretty acceptable...
Tell me.
What are you doing there? This is pretty acceptable, like, damage, as far as damage is concerned, because it's pretty repairable.
They are trying
And if I wanted to
to
avoid that, more Great Ballista would have helped.
All the way.
So let's get them before they go through these walls. Oh, but my rangers are first. Hang on. Little micromanagement.
All right. Is everything okay?
There we go.
Our soldiers are in
Understood.
trouble.
Ordered,
Our
sir.
defenses are being attacked.
That will
So see,
be
the double layered paid off.
waiting on orders.
You know, we repelled them. We had some troop losses, but we didn't have a colony collapse or anything like that.
Let's go.
So, time to build back. The other thing that I could have done in this situation is to layer up beyond two walls. But I think in my case, more ballista would have worked fine. Hey, Gray Hermit, thank you for the resub, and Hazy too, because I missed that when it happened.
Great idea, sir.
So now that I have the Tesla Tower, I'm repairing everything else around the
On
Tesla
your
Tower,
orders. Let's go.
and then I can start putting the walls back in and gates. So like a triple stack gate would walls kind of start to look funny because you can't have 3 walls in a row.
Of course, my commander. On your orders. Let's go. Do you need me? All the way. That will be easy.
And
Understood.
we are almost at our pop. Oops, no, don't retire. Oh my god. Continue. I keep clicking that. We're almost at our pop goal, so I'm going to upgrade maybe the last of the tents I need to.
All right.
And then it will be about just purging the infected on the map,
Understood.
which I don't think there's too much more.
Attention. Building completed.
Rillistro, thank you for the resub too.
Great idea, sir.
Yeah, gates are particularly weak. Generally, like late game, when I'm not trying to expand my boundary anymore, I just like do away with the gates entirely because they're such a weak point, and just like wall everything up and turtle.
Come on.
I find it to be better.
All
How am I
right.
feeling after the extended No Man's Sky session? Carpal tunnel's a little non-zero.
Let's go.
I could probably.
Come on.
When did I take? I took medicine at 3:30, so I could probably take meds in another hour.
Great idea, sir.
All right, I'm setting them to chase. I don't think there's another. I don't think there are any like villages of doom hidden anywhere. So I'm ready for my troops to kill everything and for me to win. Our population is 808. Bob, and that means as soon as we kill all the Zams, we're good. Unless I have to survive the 45-day swarm, I might. I'm not sure, but if that's the case, I'll just like reinforce my economy to the nth degree, and then build mega towers. I don't have access to stone walls,
Commander?
which is what I would prefer to have. God, look at this. Oh, the commute. The high traffic commute.
Oh, more orders.
But if I don't have access to stone walls, I'll just have layers of
Gotcha.
ballistae.
Yes.
That will work
Gotcha.
just fine. And I'm out of power again. I'm powerless.
Do you need me?
What? Okay, let's order, you pay. Gotcha.
So I have them on choice mode, and they're figuring out where their remaining zombs are for me.
The train has arrived at the station. Right.
All right, all infected destroyed. So now I just need to wait for swarm, the 45-day swarm.
At your service.
So this is really just about like reinforcing, and this is sort of what you would do when preparing for the end swarm, because the game crescendos to like a final swarm that is supposed to be crushing. So I don't think I need any more farms. In fact, I have like a bit too much food, honestly, which is a weird thing to say, but I have a stupid amount of food. So now it's just like, have good walls. Operation Wall It Up. So find weak points in my defenses and just reinforce it. So this is a weak point. Now some weak points can't be avoided, like the gates around the tracks, because the tracks are required. I can't wall them off. So there's always going to be weak points where the tracks are. That's just nature of the beast. So having multiple layers around those tracks so that the gates aren't the weakest point is important. That also means that I might redesign my western defenses entirely to only have one set of gates rather than two.
Attention. Building completed.
I could claim this area for more real estate. Yeah, absolutely. There's only this little bottleneck that stops me. I am...
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, I guess it would allow me... The real advantage to that would allow me to allocate my troops better. Because then I would not be guarding this long expanse. I would just be guarding this here, which is far less territory. So I will do that. I'll start Tesla jumping towards that wall there. Because it would save me a lot of spent resources.
The train has arrived at the station.
Any orders?
Attention. Building completed.
They are billions swarm? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Building completed.
Prepping for the they are billions swarm.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Alright, there we go.
Guide me to the infected.
So what I'm doing over here is I'm repositioning where my walls are on the west. And I'll probably have multiple layers of them. Hold on, I'm gonna find Yoda. 1 second. Alright, back. Yoda was kidnapped and wasn't promptly returned, so I went to fetch his butt. Alright, all of the houses within the market are now upgraded to cottage. We still have Tent Town over here, but I'm gonna leave it.
Completed. Attention.
Sorry,
Building
tenters.
completed.
So I did acknowledge that the gates are my weak point. So I'm going to have doubled up gate walls like this.
The train has arrived at the station. The train...
Oh, I'm out of wood. Yep. Actually, whoops. I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to put 2 spaces in between. And what I'll do is I'll nest ballistae in between. Why the heck not? This is probably overkill, but yeah, whatever. It's fun. Alright, and then the other project of plugging this north hole so that I can use the hole north of the map, because this is a pretty defensible north area that has no one up there. And I have 9 more days until the swarm, so that's like lots of time to just putz around and change my mind about things.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Cheers! I don't even think I'm going to protect my... I'll probably have to do something with the Tesla towers to protect them a little bit better than I currently am, and to move them. So I'm going to move them now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them right on the back walls here so that they can power serve the territory in front of them, but then have 4 sets of walls between them and this one.
Attention. Building completed. The train has arrived at the station.
Oh, come on.
Attention. Building completed.
Alright, there we go. Very different layout now than I had before. And all I can say is, good luck, zombies. You're hella gonna need it, cause I'm going full on overkill now. I would also say I'm not sure that this ballista even has good line of sight because there's a tree in the way, or like a cactus. So I'm gonna destroy it to move it. Because these ballista do have upkeep, so you might as well have them be like ideal. In an ideal location.
You again.
And what I typically do towards the end of the game is anywhere that there's weak spots, that's where I deploy the troops. So like here, I don't suspect that anyone's going to come in through this. This probably needs a little bit more reinforcement. And then my plan is to put more ballista layered behind. And these ballista, of course, are supported by taxpayers. So it's important to continually grow your population in order to afford more ballista, essentially. So if they want to have like insurance, layered up insurance. There we go. So now we have like another set of walls and another set of walls. So I need to lose a lot of walls. And I could double up these walls too if I'm super paranoid, which I really don't think is going to be necessary, but I'd rather not be cocky and die because I don't want to have to redo the whole mission. So we have double up, double up, double up. I'll eventually add more ballista behind this current layer, and then I will move this gate and double up here too. Like that. Although this is a weak point here, I acknowledge. So there's not like a doubled up wall there. I don't know if they can sneak past these oil barriers, but let's assume they can. All right, the back wall that I mentioned. Let's do that as well. And then we need ballistas over here, where these are. I'm gonna get rid of these towers, because ballista are better, and I'm gonna get rid of the gates, because gates are weak. And there's no rails there, so I don't need gates. Then there's also this rail, excuse me, that I will double up as well. In the same way I did in the front. I've been, getting attacked from the west, but I mean, it's not guaranteed that they always come from that direction, so having layers of security is always best.
Ready and waiting.
Alright, I'll put all my troops at my troop center.
Attention. Building completed.
So in this case, it's not a terrible idea to get like another market going if you need more taxpayers. This sounds so capitalistic, but if you need more taxpayers to be able to pay for your defenses. So like putting another market around here for another population center is like not an unreasonable idea.
What?
Attention. Building
Come on.
completed.
And any internal towers that are like not particularly useful that archers are perched on, I'm breaking down as well. So then the other double up would be in this spot.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building completed.
And this is a particularly weak spot because it's very close to my houses, so I want to make sure that this spot doesn't fall. This is where I might station some troops just to make sure that this spot stays intact, because it's very close to the tents. Or just to put, like, extra ballista. Because it's very close to the tents, or in this case, the cottages, meaning that, like, the risk is great. And another thing you can do is just surround all your stuff like that. So there's, like, many layers that the zombies have to get through. And I can even, like, put a gate leading to this lumber mill, so the lumber mill is still accessible, but like if the lumber mill falls, it doesn't spill over to the cottages. Yes, and a second market would allow me to exchange more resources, so that's another added benefit. Indeed.
Attention.
The one thing you don't want to do, which I'm kind of doing, you don't want to invest too many ballista too early before the end of the match, because any ballista will have gold cost upkeep and power cost upkeep, and if that gold and power could be better served by investing in your economy, it will make you stronger in the long run than dumping those costs now and you know, and tying that potential money up in something that isn't going to accrue interest is, I guess, maybe a way to think about it. So don't like turtle up like this too early until you have a very strong economy to be able to support it, or you will you'll regret it. So here we go. Let's say market there. Once that's built, I'll start filling it with houses. And that's only for extra taxpayers, really. Ooh, I actually didn't upgrade these. I didn't notice. Totally missed that. There is a pot requirement for each additional market, but I think I even have enough for like a third market.
Building completed.
If I wanted it, I don't need one.
Building completed.
What I might want is a high yield sawmills, though. That wouldn't be a bad idea. And then I had a low yield sawmill. That's a 13, 15. Where is my low yield one? 18, 16. It was this. No, it wasn't that one. Oh, it was this one. Get rid of that. It's a defensive vulnerability. Because I can stick another ballista there if I got rid of it. So at this stage, like, pretending like I'm heading towards the endgame siege, at this stage, you're kind of identifying, like, weak points in your defenses and then shoring them up.
Attention. Building completed.
Oh, I'm out of gold.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
So it's not necessary to, like, this is just for extra taxpayers. So min-maxing the amount of square footage that I get out of this is, like, not that crucial. And all I'm trying to do is not make too many terrain or pathing blockers so that we can move around here if we need to. Looks like I need another farm. And maybe while I'm at it, I'll get yet another one. Because it all falls within the same warehouse, so it's going to be high-yield farming. Feel pretty solid about this defense so far. So the only thing missing now is all of my towers should get phased out in lieu of ballista, which are just simply more bang for your buck. And then moving around the tower, the coil, Tesla towers, so that I have the most amount of defenses per square foot or whatever unit of measurement you want to use as possible.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Oh, I don't have walls here. Durr. Or ballista there. That's a big derp. Glad I noticed that.
Building completed.
Eventually. I have time to fix it though.
Attention. Building completed. Attention.
Why not just build straight to cottages? I suppose I could. The reason not to is just the tents are more economy efficient. I could get more bang for my buck out of tents, so that would be the reason why not to go straight to cottage, as it's like economical not to.
The train has arrived at the station. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. A horde of infected are on their way. Attention. Building completed.
Oops, don't delete all of them. So they are coming from the east. So that's exactly where I have a vulnerability right now. Luckily, I could just go, hey, sell oil and iron and stone. Get me money for ballista. And then I can move all my troops out there and it will be fine. Or, hopefully fine. I don't know. Maybe it's bad.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Alright, come on, taxes.
Attention. Building completed.
Oops. 500. Of course, the game identifies like the one spot I have a glaring gap of coverage, and it's like, all right, spawn it, do it, kick him in the butt. At this point, I can move because I just have so many towers everywhere else. I can move all my troops that are towered over to that spot. So every troop on the map is all defending the one choke point. Also, this wall is totally, and this ballista, totally unnecessary. In a real pinch, in like a desperation pinch, you can also destroy defenses that are deployed elsewhere for where you're most vulnerable. I don't think I'm gonna need to do that, but like I could, if I thought it was a game-ending desperation. Another thing that would not be a terrible idea is just like a backup wall here. That way, if they do breach here, I have a second chance. And also, there's ballista here that will help. They could also attack this, but I don't think they will, because they go for your center. So they'll either spawn here, or they'll spawn here. And if they spawn here, I'm a little vulnerable there, but I'm working on it. I'm working to reinforce. I do have 11 hours, so it's not like super urgent.
Commander?
Attention. Building completed.
There's 11 hours enough time for another tax period to get 2 more ballista out. Yeah, I actually feel pretty good about that wall now. Hope it's not hubris. I feel pretty good.
Attention. Building completed.
And they're also from the west.
The train
But
has arrived at
my
the
west is
station.
like... I guess this spot is a little weaker, because it doesn't have all the layers, but they do attack towards command center, so like towards the command center, I'm like super reinforced. The reason I'm reinforcing the west more than the east is like, the west is souped up. The east I'm a little iffy on. Alright, so they were exactly where I'm glad I noticed. They were exactly where I was most vulnerable eastward. But westward, they're just gonna get smushed, I think.
They are trying to break through.
Another thing I could do, once I have a little bit more gold, is to add another layer of walls behind the ballista, the last layer of ballista, so there's like second chance. But as you can see here, they're barely able to pierce the first layer of the wood walls. And the eastern, because of the troops and where they were stationed, the eastern section was untouched, like, entirely. And I won. That was it. That was the final one. Thank you for tuning in to They Are Billions, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 29th as part of a miniseries marathon. Because this was part of a miniseries marathon, feedback cannot be incorporated, so there's no need to include it in the comments. But if you have any questions, you may feel free to include those instead. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams.
If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord and become more involved, a link to that can be found in the description of this video or at Rhadamant.com as well. If you would like to support me more directly as a content creator, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing this content with your friends, or even perhaps becoming a Patreon patron. Link can be found below. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors of the apocalypse.